Hello, and welcome to another episode of Under the Shadow of the Cross, an original series produced by St. Philip Parish in Greenville, Rhode Island. This evening, I would like to share with you a few thoughts about Nicodemus, a man who stands in the shadow of the cross. All we know about Nicodemus comes to us from the Gospel of St. John. In the Gospel of John, there are many contrasts that John makes between light and darkness, between faith and doubt, between life and death. John always associates all and anything negative with the darkness. And so it's not surprising that Nicodemus first comes to Jesus at night. This is not only because Nicodemus might not want anyone else to see him, he comes in secret, but also because he comes in the darkness of doubt. He is not yet a man of faith. He has not stepped into the light of faith yet. We know from the Gospel of John that Nicodemus is a member of the Pharisees. The Pharisees were a group of Jews who were fastidious in keeping the letter of the law. And throughout his ministry, Jesus often clashes with the Pharisees, as we know, because of their legalism. Nicodemus is also described as a leader of the Jews, a member of the Sanhedrin, which was the ruling body of the Jews. Under the Roman authority in the time of Jesus, the Jewish nation was allowed a certain measure of self-rule, and the Sanhedrin reflects that self-rule by the Jews. They were not, however, privileged to put anyone to death, to impose execution on any criminal. And that is why the Sanhedrin and the Jews must bring Jesus to Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor. When Nicodemus comes to Jesus at night, Jesus tells him or shares with him one of the most famous passages from the Bible, John 3:16. God so loved the world that he gave us his only Son, that no one may perish, but might have eternal life. The final mention of Nicodemus in the Bible is in the 19th chapter of St. John, after Jesus' crucifixion. Nicodemus helps Joseph of Arimathea in taking the body of Jesus down from the cross. Nicodemus must have been a man of some wealth, since he was able to bring 75 pounds of spices to use in preparing the body of Jesus for burial and wrapping him in the shroud. Questions remain about Nicodemus. This is the last time we see him in the Bible. Was he a true believer? What did he do after the resurrection? How did he live out the rest of his life? These questions will only be answered perhaps when we meet Nicodemus, God willing, one day in the kingdom of heaven. What we do know is that during that fateful Friday, which we call Good, Nicodemus came out to take down the body of Jesus and prepare him for burial. Nicodemus' life and example offers some questions for ourselves, because you and I also live in the shadow of the cross. Have we gone public with our faith? Have we gone public enough with our faith? No matter what anyone else is saying or doing, do we have the courage to say, I am a believer. I am not standing in the dark. I am standing in the light. I am standing in the shadow of the cross. Stay tuned for another great episode of Under the Shadow of the Cross, an original St. Philip Church series. Have a great day, and God bless you.